Okay, but yeah, we got to talk about taking care. So that will change, but you know, of course, this is coming up. You have to pick up outside. Okay. So you want a blue sage? Maybe well, they have so what do you want? Both? Okay, so alternate? No. You say
okay, everybody, let's grab a seat, and as you can see from the little lights, we are on air live. So if you don't want to be on camera, too bad, you're on camera. You have to sit on the side seats to the gray if you don't want to be on camera. I haven't said that in a while, so I apologize if somebody didn't know that. Okay. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, that's a long time, our open forum meetings welcome parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered. By combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large, we have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol and drug addiction. Meeting start time is 7 p.m. Please be on time. Please turn off your cell phones, and please only one person speaks at a time. And as always, when you're speaking, please do it loudly so everybody can hear you, because what you say is of value. We sign any proof of attendance slips that you need to be signed. If you leave them out in the hallway, there's a green box. Put them in there and you can pick them up when we're done with our discussion. The only thing that we ask really in here is that you're honest. It's the only thing that's required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity, so please refrain from using excessive foul language or any language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. It's 2018. Should I really have to say that every week? I don't think so. No. If you see a visitor or a new member or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. And lastly, and we're still having some little bit of trouble with this one, please refrain from getting up from the meeting while it's in progress, because it gets disruptive. I want to do something different because this got brought up to me sometime recently. I want everybody to get up, turn around, and introduce yourself to somebody you have not met in this program before. Okay, that was kind of cool. We've never done that before. It's important, and the reason I did this, and I almost forgot to do it, it was brought to my attention that, you know, even somebody that's been coming for a while, they felt like, not that they weren't welcome, but they were just like, God, I'm not meeting anybody, and I'm not getting the social component to this. I know that's each person's responsibility to do that kind of on their own, but I want people to meet somebody that they haven't met and just constantly keep that vibe going because it's important. So thanks for doing that. All right, who has our lifestyles of recovery?
I do. The guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. 1. Recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2. Wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4. Defining balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. 5. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6. Understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7. Lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8. Learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior, providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. 9. Recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. 10. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Okay, is there anybody here for their first ever Racing for Recovery meeting tonight? Awesome. You're already probably not used to what we've done so far, right?
No.
It gets worse. Just stay okay, at all of our meetings, I love doing this. Everybody's going to get an opportunity to say who you are, why you're here, and possibly how we can help you. It is not required that you say you're an addict or an alcoholic. You don't have to say that. We don't view you as such. We look at you as a person of value. We just want to know what's up and how we can help you. If, however, you need to say you're an addict or a recovery addict or whatever addict you want to be, you need that for your own recovery, feel free to do it. But honestly, we're hoping at some point that you look at drugs as something you used to do, not letting it define who you are. Joe.
My name is Joe. I come to Racing for Recovery to get inspired. I came here originally to get my life back. And now that I've done so, I'm going to use the rest of my time here to figure out how to give that back to others. I think that's a big part of recovery, and I think the first year I really focused on myself. Now I'm going to focus on how I'm able to help the people around me. And I have not found a better place to do so than this room right here with all you wonderful people. And I don't know if I've told you this lately, but I appreciate each and every one of you.
Hi, my name's Ashley, and I'm here to continue growing and forming relationships with positive people.
I'm Mike, and I'm just here to be around my second family and just soak up all the positivity.
I'm Jake. Yeah, I'm here to see my friends and family, but I decided to make a change in my life when I walked through them doors. I'm not going to change that.
I'm Jordan, and I'm here to continue working on myself and keep doing what keeps me on track.
I'm Diane, Jordan's mom, and I'm here to support Jordan and this wonderful program.
I'm Susan. I'm here because I love hanging out with these guys, and I just love it here.
I'm Dale. I'm here to give support and to keep an eye on Jake and Jordan.
I'm Joe. This is the first time I've had a sober 4th of July in 17 years, and because of this program is the only reason that I got it.
Right on, yeah.
I'm Beth, and I'm here because without this program, I wouldn't soon be commencing drug court.
Wow.
I'm Katie. I'm here not only positive influences in my life and to get my life back on track.
Awesome.
I'm Nicole. I'm here for support.
I'm Charles. I come Racing for Recovery because it allows me an opportunity to get back in a positive way.
Yeah, I'm Mike, and I'm here because it provides me with all the essentials to really enjoy a great recovery.
I'm Matthew, and I'm here to change every aspect of my old life.
I'm Kat, and I come here because I want to be here and because it gives me something emotionally and mentally and spiritually that I haven't been able to find anywhere else.
My name is Dustin. I come here for guidance, inspiration, and support.
Jennifer, I'm here for this guy.
I'm Brittany. I'm here just to keep getting the help I need and keep growing, pursuing my recovery.
I'm Dean. I'm here because I love myself. Part two, I love you guys as well. I'm here to continue my journey in my recovery.
Very cool. On the back wall, in the orange. Yep.
Hi, I'm Cheryl. I'm here for support and
I'm Troy. I'm here because I've always been self-destructive and I really want to change my lifestyle more than just addiction, to be a healthier, better me. And because I came here, it's absolutely awesome.
Cheryl, are you Troy's mom?
Yes, I am.
All right. Nice to see you.
Thanks.
Very cool.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm here to support everyone, and in particular Troy. I think he's doing great.
Hi, I'm Weston. I'm here to experience this wonderful atmosphere of recovery.
Cool.
I'm Justine. Sorry I missed earlier. I was asleep. But I'm just here hopefully to learn something new.
I'm Brian. I'm here for insight.
I'm Jennifer. I'm here to support my brother Adam.
I'm Adam. I struggle with alcoholism, and I struggled this week with it, and I let my family down. I'm here to learn a new way to live.
I'm Ashley. I'm here to support my uncle.
I'm Courtney. I'm here as well to support my uncle.
I'm Shelby, and I'm here to learn how to say yes to new positive risks, such as 25 months ago I said yes to being his girlfriend, 10 months ago I said yes to being his fiance, and in 2 months I'll say yes to being his wife.
My name's Kelly and I'm here because this program just breeds positivity and it has taught me that no matter how crazy my life gets, I don't need to go crazy.
I'm Renee and I come because this is where the broken pieces of our family got put back together.
I'm Virginia. I'm Megan's mother.
Grandmother.
And she took me to the fireworks last night.
I'm Megan. I'm here because this place changed how I think and understand life and how to do it in the correct way.
I'm Tim. I'm here for external support and to stay grounded.
I'm Andy. I'm here to stay sober.
Jason, I'm here for support.
I'm Matt, and I'm here to stay sober, but I also discover a lot about myself through everybody else that I'm here, and been pretty exciting.
I'm Jen. I'm here just because I'm looking for something different.
Well, you're going to find that.
I'm Kathy. I'm here to make some changes in my life and start making healthier choices.
I'm Roger, and I'm here for all the positive energy this meeting gives.
I'm Jody, and I'm here because my dad kidnapped me. No, honestly. My dad and I used to come to this meeting together all the time, and we had some misfortunate events that happened a few months ago, and I've been to this meeting, and my dad's been to this meeting, but we haven't been back to this meeting together. And I'm hoping tonight we'll start our weekly routine that we used to have again to support each other in our recovery.
Yeah, good.
I'm Katie, and I'm just here to learn how to help support a family member who's not ready to help themselves.
Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim. Sorry I was late. I don't normally do that. I didn't want to miss tonight's meeting though. I was thinking a lot today, and I just want to say I didn't want to miss tonight because there are a lot of people in this room that touch other people's lives and really make a difference, even though they don't think they do. You really do, and sometimes you don't even know it, and so I just want to be here to witness miracles.
Very cool.
I'm Matt, and in order for me to get back and get all of this and to keep it, I have to follow these.
What are those?
Our guidelines.
That's right.
I'm Nancy, and I'm here to support Matt and the rest of my family. And I'm here to just get a little bit of emotional support, recharge, you know.
My name's Jenny. I'm here because this place makes me happy.
I'm here for positivity and to be with my friends and family. And each time you come here, you see someone add one more day to their recovery. And it's a joy.
Yeah.
I'm Jenny. I'm here to give support and get recharged for the next week.
I'm Grandma. I'm the grandmother of a recovering heroin addict, and he's recovering very well, I guess. I'm still under a court order where I can't see him. I haven't seen him or talked to him since January. I'm really looking forward to a reunion. I've written to the judge, and the judge doesn't evidently know how to write. I don't know. I'm also here for my weekly session of hope. And I've gotten a lot in the time that I've been here, and I have met so many neat people, and I'm so proud of people that are here. My boyfriend, over here, Jake. I think if I was 50 years younger, if I was 50 years younger, I'd grab that boy by the hand.
You notice there are people here for their first time.
You don't have to be 50 years younger.
I think we're Go ahead, Ryan.
My name is Ryan. I come here because this program's given me the ability to say what I'm about to say, and that is tomorrow's going to be my 9 months sober.
Yeah.
And my journey started when I walked through these doors, and from past experiences, I know that journey would end if I stop walking through these doors. So that's not going to happen. I'm going to keep coming back.
Right on. Yeah.
I'm Sean, I did a fellowship. I'm Tarek. I'm training to beat the addict within me in a race.
Say that again.
I'm training to beat the addict within me in a race.
Right on, brother. Yep.
My name is JR. I'm here to show a lot of positive vibe in this room.
I'm Joe. I'm here because my wife never works.
My name's Reed, and I'm just here to be positive people.
Hi, my name is Kaylee, and I'm here to listen to all of you, to learn how I can best help my son, who I love.
I'm not son, I'm Tanner. I come here because I belong here. This place is great and it's positive, and it helps me every week. It gives me that weekly dose of knowledge and support that I need to continue bettering myself.
Tanner, how many weeks have you been coming?
4 or 5 weeks.
What'd you say the first time you introduced yourself here? Remember?
I honestly don't remember.
Does anybody remember what he said, that I made a point of it that night? Yeah.
He said that he
was looking to be able to find a place where he can call everybody his family.
Aw.
He told them right away that he found it.
Yeah, you said that and about being a part of a program,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And in 5 weeks, you are that. That's great. 5 weeks, that's all it takes to get cured. That's a joke for people that are watching outside. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Meredith. I come here because I know Tanner. I come here, I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan originally. Go Blue, I gotta say that every time. I don't really know anybody down here very well, and so I sit in the apartment alone a lot, and I'm trying not to isolate, feel sorry for myself. The first meeting I came to here, I left here and broke my arm. So I'm gonna, it's a true story, but I'm really just looking for a fellowship. I haven't really been able to find that in the 12-step programs, and I just loved my first night here. So hoping to meet people that are on the same path that I am, and learn from everybody and stay sober.
The importance of why we did what we did when we first started the meeting, right there. Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Crystal, and I'm here because I'm ready to change and become a stronger individual and live life and be happy.
Go ahead, buddy.
I'm Scott. I'm here because I like race and recovery. I like all the people here, and I'll be back and accomplish goals that things I have set for today, just for today, and one of them is that I'm here.
Right on. Good.
I'm Steve, and I'm here for the positive atmosphere to stand right there.
I'm Dave. I'm here to support my son, Steve.
I'm Esther, and I'm here to support my son, Michael, and I want to say how proud I am of him because he was 6 months today.
I'm Brian, and I'm here to support my brother, Michael.
I'm Michael, and I'm only here to say thank you to everybody that works in this building, that facilitates meetings, and my family. And I wouldn't be here without my daughter, Katie. I just wanted to do a special shout out to her. And all my family just loved me and supported me when I didn't know how to love myself. And you walk into this building, I got that love and support from people I didn't even know, and they got me to where I'm at now. And I just want to say thank you.
Awesome.
I'm Rob, and I've been sober all month.
Awesome. Good for you.
I'm Mike. Racing for Recovery saved my life. I do believe it was over 4 years ago. And because of that, I value my life today.
I'm Rachel, and I'm here because I'm proud of my dad. I'm really proud of him for everything that he's done and accomplished. And also, it's not only changed his life and our relationship, it's changed my life for the better.
Hi, I'm Bruce. I'm here to continue to learn and to give support wherever I can, and because this is the most worthwhile and interesting place to be on a Thursday night.
Good word.
And go Bucks!
I'm Gail. I'm here to support this amazing program, and even though I'm not suffering from an addiction per se, you know, my daughter died of an overdose, but the people in this room and in this building offer so much support to just everybody that walks through those doors, and they're just the most loving group of people I think I've ever met. So.
I'm Julie. I'm here to support my son, Joe. That's originally why I came, to get support, but I've gotten very attached to everybody, and I have to see what everybody's doing. I have to keep coming back.
My name's Bill. I'm here to support my son, Joe, and everybody else in this room. And I like to come because I learned something that helps me be a better person every day.
I'm Sandy, and I'm here to
try to support my granddaughter who's in recovery and to try to find some balance in my life in that process.
My name's Mike. I come here for the inspiration and the positivity.
My name's Emily. This is the first meeting I ever went to, so I'm going to continue to come, and I'm here to grow some more.
Right on.
I'm Emily's mom. I'm her sober support tonight. I got actually to drive her here, so that was kind of cool. So I'm here to support her and everybody in the program.
Awesome. Go ahead, buddy.
No, I'm sorry.
My name is Trace, and I'm here because my superpower is to be happy.
My name is Quentin. I'm here to be with my family and just enjoy this meeting. I love coming here. So, I don't know, it's the best meeting I've ever been to. Positive, and I feel like it's just a super real meeting every time.
I'm Emily, and I love coming to this meeting because this is where I learn to love myself, and I want to be the best example to my boys so they love themselves as well.
I'm Hayden, and I'm here to support my mom, stepdad, and anyone else who needs it.
My name is Jeff, and I come here in hopes that I can talk like these two fine young men. I come because I just want more of what's offered in this awesome place, and the only way I'm going to get more is to keep going.
Yeah, my name is John, and I'm here, well, number one, to maintain sobriety, and secondly, I just got put on probation this week, so I've got to maintain that, attending meetings and trying to do the right thing for a while, forever, hopefully. And, I've been coming here for a while, and I hopefully get to know more people and, be comfortable about it.
Okay. I'm Rob. I'm here to learn to take an interest in things again.
I'm Carrie, and I'm here to support my husband, Robin.
I'm Stefan. So many people here tonight have talked about the positivity in the room. That's why I keep coming back, because for me it is like an energy that you can feel when you come in here, and that's what I enjoy. There's a great camaraderie, and the people are great, and I've never been in any kind of meeting like it. The different perspective, it's just awesome. I love it.
I'm Brendan, and I'm here because this place is like a morale booster for me. Puts me in a really good mood, keeps me going. And I just want to say from all of us in this room to everybody watching, have a very blessed and healthy, sober day. Stay classy in Holland, Ohio.
Oh my God.
The Anchorman reference, Todd.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I
know. I'm Todd Crandall, and I'm grateful to be a part of this. And I want to say to the new folks that have come in here, if you come in here, or if you're watching this and you think it's abnormal, stick around until it becomes normal, because this is the normal way of being off of drugs. So think of that statement while we're talking about tonight. This is good, it's healthy, it's positive, it's real, it's authentic, it's genuine, and it's available to anyone who chooses to utilize what we do. Who has Dee's poem?
I got it. The Answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain. As I approach the light of hope that lies before me, each step overwhelms me, every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving. Just show me the way. At last I reached the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so it begins, racing for recovery.
All right, as I get some topics down here tonight based on what was said, a couple quick reminders. Racing for Recovery offers a variety of services, assessments, counseling, educational groups, yoga, soul core, spirituality. We have a gym, we have a kitchen, we have a rec room. You can totally get your act together by coming in here. So it's not just about coming here on Thursday nights. As Rob said, learn to take an interest in things, take an interest in what we're doing. It's not just about a support group meeting, okay? So how about we do this for a couple topics tonight? Let's talk about the value of feeling supported, cared for, and listened to, and how that's helped you heal from some emotional issues and how it's helped to improve your recovery. Someone had mentioned they're here to how to support a loved one that's not ready to quit drinking. So how do we talk about how do we support our peers or loved ones and not enable them? So there's two things that should take up a lot of time. So what does it feel like to be supported? Or when somebody cares for you in an authentic way, when you can't even care for yourself, how does that feel? And what are you doing with it in your recovery? And then for those on the family side, how do you learn how to support effectively without enabling? So two things. Don't everybody raise your hand at once.
My mom has she had a crack cocaine addiction, and she raised me up in meetings and stuff like that. I've been going to meetings since I was 12 years old. I started off going with Racing for Recovery a long time ago. So when I got into my crack addiction, my mom knew where it was going to lead me. She knew the story, the life that I was going to live. And she supported me by showing me tough love. She completely cut me off, put me out, stopped talking to me. That's the greatest thing that ever happened to me because it got me to where I am today. In a sober living house, coming to Racing for Recovery, working a program. I never did that before. I never worked a program to where I tried to learn something. I had this preconceived notion that it wasn't going to work for me, and that was her way of supporting me, was to completely cut me off. And it's just the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It made me stop and think where I want my life to go. It put me in a position where I was homeless, and I really had to reevaluate my life where I wanted to go. I was kind of stuck. I had all the things that people could want in life. The great job, nice car, nice house. I had everything that I could need as a person, but I had no purpose. I had no purpose of living. And because of her supporting me in the way she did, I'm finally discovering my purpose. But that's
Jake?
Expressing how I felt to the people around here and being able to trust them, that's meant a lot to me. Before even the meeting today, I was talking to Todd and was letting him know I might take a vacation to California, which is not gonna happen anymore. But I said something to Beebs, and the fact that he had no idea about something that I've been through, that actually meant a lot. That meant I can actually trust the people I can actually trust somebody to keep my trauma to themselves and actually listen and not be spreading it around or anything. That meant a lot to me. But also, when I first came in here, I never had anybody to really talk to or vent to about my life problems. I've always been the one to just listen to my mom's or listen to everybody else's. And I was always trying to be there for them. And now I have people there for me. And it's definitely took some weight off of my shoulders.
I want to very delicately elaborate on what Jake was talking about, because I know what you were trying to say, but I want to clarify it. And Jake was talking to Todd and I about possibly going to California, and Jake mentioned to Todd about something that he shared with me very personally over a year ago. And I have a point with this. Assuming, from the way that Jake said it to Todd, assuming that I had told him, and Todd said, I don't know what you're talking about. And Jake was surprised that he didn't know what I was talking about. And I said, I told you I don't break stuff that is said to me for nothing. And even here in talking about this now, the fact that we're surprised about that is part of why people are using drugs in the first place. We're used to being crapped on and not trusted, or the trust is broken, or trust has never been shown, or effective support has never been shown. And this this awesome dude's been sober for 15 months and is still, struggling with that, when to me that's a no-brainer. From day one you walk in here, it's our job is to establish we don't break that for anybody. But to still see that after all this time and all this success that somebody's had, it's almost like it's expected, like that's going to happen. Not up in here. That's a movie reference too. The Hangover, which isn't productive. I'm glad we're laughing because I was getting emotional with that. But that's a very, what he was trying to say, and what hopefully I'm making crystal clear in there, is a prime example of what recovery is about, what we do in here. Trust is something that shouldn't be you hope for, and respect shouldn't be something you're hoped for. You should be expecting that the first time you walk in these doors, because that's what we do and that's what you'll get, always. We'll go ahead and then Mike can go. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, again, my name is Meredith, and this kind of hit home for me because I had been clean for 22 years, back in the 80s, and then I relapsed. And this has been kind of a nightmare for 7 years. And everything, things were getting worse and worse and worse. And eventually I lost my oldest daughter. She stopped speaking to me, so I couldn't see my grandkids anymore. My youngest daughter stopped talking to me, and eventually my mother. And she had me blocked on her phone. And this gentleman talked about tough love. And I basically got forced. She was financially supporting me, helping me, and she said, no more, that's it, don't contact me. You're on your own until you go to rehab. And so at that time I couldn't love myself enough or cared enough about myself to do it, but I knew I wouldn't make it without it, so I was kind of forced to go. But what they did for me has saved my life, because I'm coming up on 8 weeks, and I haven't had 8 weeks clean in 7 years. One day has been a struggle for me at times. So in the beginning there were moments where if your kids aren't speaking to you and your mother won't talk to you, why stop? Why stop getting high? There's no point. But I eventually learned me. I'm the reason that you stop. Yes. And I'm starting to like myself and love myself, and I'm the reason that you stop. But hoping that they'll come back around has been the motivation. I won't even lie about that. So I came here 2 weeks ago to a meeting, and I left, and I was walking my dog, broke my shoulder. I won't get into all that. But after I had the surgery, I didn't have anybody. I don't know anybody in Ohio. I made a geographical move here. Nobody will talk to me. And my mother, who's 84, stepped up and came down to take care of me after the surgery. So she was here for a week, God bless her. And she needed to go home, and I wasn't ready to be on my own yet. And so she allowed me back in her house. And I used to break in my mother's house and steal money and credit cards. I mean, you name it. Probably involved in, something similar. So the fact that she let me back in her house at that point was just huge. She unblocked me from her phone. She, the first night was a little leery about, am I going to wake up and she's still here, or she robbed me blind? But nope, I was there. And I had 3 days with her. And just the fact that having 7 weeks clean showed my mother and allowed my mother to give me a little opening was huge, you know, because there is hope of things getting better and people coming back in your life. And I got back today to Ohio, and my daughter, who's 27, sent me some pictures of my grandkids for July 4th. So even she's kind of coming around. So it hasn't taken years, you know, and that's what I was thinking initially was, oh my God, you know. And if anybody tells me to be patient, I don't have any patience. Oh, it takes time. You know, that's a difficult thing to swallow, you know. Sometimes 1 second seems like, you know, 5 years to me. But with the upcoming 8 weeks of clean time that I do have, it's opened huge doors, and I've got my mother back, and my daughter's coming around, you know, and if it hadn't been for that tough love, stop enabling me, give me some, you know, cut me off unless there's some serious consequences, I wouldn't be here. So that's been huge, and it saved my life.
Good stuff. Mike?
Wow. So 6 months, they never experienced that, not being incarcerated. Been incarcerated a few times, but not sober out here in the world. That's never happened. I was saying thank you to everyone involved. You know, my family loving me when I cleaned up, kind of expected. You know, they're my blood. They didn't have to though. I didn't even love myself. And I thank them for that. But coming here, from the time I walked in the door, Dan and Rachel, and I stepped in their office last week or something and just said thank you, you know, because what those two did early in my sobriety was crucial. Like, Dan was the only person I really knew for the first couple of weeks, and we hung out on Saturday and stuff. And they will answer the phone at all hours. I mean, you can call Dan for anything. Rachel too. They will. I mean, it's just how it is here. And I had never seen anything like that from a business aspect. It was always like, well, we closed at 5. No, that's not how it is here. You know, I come in here all the time at 7 o'clock for a meeting. AJ's still here, or Matt's still working. You know, Todd's still here. He's been here all day. They go above and beyond here, and I can't thank them enough. And I mentioned Todd Beaver earlier in IOP because this man's got 5 years, right? And he came in and sat down for our first hour IOP, and you talk about humility. I mean, that's a humble man to just come in and sit down, not say nothing, not share nothing, not teach nobody nothing, but I know he was there to better himself. And to go a little farther with Todd and Bruce last night, the 4th of July at 7 o'clock, they come in and open the building so we can have a meeting. I mean, you don't see that everywhere. I mean, to leave their families and come out here and open the building so 10 of us can have a meeting because we needed it. It's just, that's what it feels like to be loved when nobody else loves you, or you can't even love yourself. And then, you know, I didn't see it when I got here because I was still in a haze. But as I've been here, the more I want to thank these people for doing what they do, because it's above and beyond what they have to do. You know, I'm sure Todd wasn't getting paid to be here and open the building last night. He did that out of the goodness of his heart because he's been there. He's needed a meeting on the 4th of July. And I mean, I'll go into my peers a little bit, the people that were here, Jeff, Jake, Jordan, there's so many of them, I can't list them all, but they were here when I got here, you know, and they're still here at this meeting. That, to me, is like, that's, not only do they care for themselves, but they're here hoping to help other people. Joe, Brandon, there's so many good people in this building right now that I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. That's all I got. I just want to thank everybody again.
Brandon, go ahead.
Being supported and cared for, I think for me, it gave me a safe place for me to actually have a real chance at success instead of being out in the streets, going from drug house to drug house because I didn't have nowhere to go and I wouldn't let my pride let me go to a homeless shelter or anything like that. So being able to have that safe environment for me to actually have a real chance at succeeding, and then coming in here and having people support me, it gave me like a sense of purpose almost, like subconsciously, because it wasn't my intentions, but like in the back of my head, like I missed my family and I wanted them back, and I would do anything at that point to get them back. And so it was kind of like something to reach for, like, but I didn't have to work for it. I just had to keep working on myself for them to turn and start coming back. Like anytime I tried to force a relationship, it didn't work. But as long as I was continuously improving myself, they all just started coming back to support me. And then my friends, I mean, meeting all them and having their support, they'll help me through anything, and they just make me all around a better person. And then just lastly, having all these people in my life that I'm graciously given now has taught me on positive ways for me to be able to help other people. Because if somebody did something for me and it made like a huge difference in my recovery, I'm not going to forget that, and I may see a situation where I can use that same thing that was done for me to do it to somebody else without enabling them. Like it taught me the correct ways to actually support people that are in my situations.
Kelly.
The poem that we read at the beginning of every meeting, The Answer by Donald D. Carr, when he wrote that, I mean, that's just incomprehensible to me. Probably the first year that I read that, I literally like cried every time I read it. The one line that sticks out to me the most is open arms, understanding smiles, and looks of trust. And so it begins. This is where my journey started. This is where my journey will continue. Those doors can be a set of revolving doors if you need them to be, but they don't have to be. There's no reason to leave. Just keep coming. Because if you keep coming and you live the guidelines of living, you know, the sobriety is amazing. Our guidelines, the poem that we read in the beginning, the poem that we read at the end, pick those up. They're on the back table. Those 3 things I took home with me, and I learned them and I lived them, and they still continue to this day to carry me everywhere I need to go in life.
Mike, can I see Dee's poem? You have that, right? We did this in our educational groups last week. I kind of went over this a little bit in the group, and the one thing that I think of, we were talking about having 22 years and unfortunately choosing to go back out and do it again. Dee was the same way at 13 years, and I said the same thing to him that I'm going to say to you. I'm not happy you did that, but the fact that you did that and survived it and can come in here and share that on a personal level, I needed to hear that. It never goes away. The risk of how quickly you can throw it all away, whether it's 22 years or 22 minutes. It's staying in your lane and keeping going. With respect to this poem, and please we don't read these things just to occupy a minute of a meeting. They're important. The first half of this talks about why we're in here in the first place, the first 2 paragraphs. The thing that I really love about this is the third part, where it says, I'm a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I'm worth saving, just show me the way. You know what those 3 sentences are? That's the first example of having self-esteem. And that is the foundation of sustained sobriety. So when you're reading the top half, yes, it's everything we know. My life sucks. I've lost this. I hurt. I'm suicidal. We all get that. But then right away it shifts into, I am of value. I'm worth saving. I just don't know what to do. And then when you come in here and you start getting the support, you're like, holy cow, this feels great. Then it gives you the opportunity to experience everything that you've been desperate to find in the first half of this poem with drugs and alcohol that you're never, ever going to find. So read this stuff, man. I mean, like I said, those guidelines are not just something to rip off and regurgitate every meeting. They're things that have like saved people's life, given people's lives, a marriage, an education, you know, athletic ability or comedy or whatever it is you're doing. That's what these things are for. It's to bring the goodness out of everybody that comes in here. But you're not going to get that just by showing up on Thursday, sitting in the corner and saying, I'm here for positivity, and not doing anything and think your life's going to change. It's not. It won't. Or somebody tell me how it's going to. So I really start, like Rob said, you know, I'm coming in here, I'm going to take an interest in things. Well, the interest is yourself first. That then you start utilizing this stuff and going, wow, stuff actually works if you start living it. I'm talking too much. Who else is up? Go ahead, buddy.
Just, you know, you're talking about just, you know, having support. It's like, you know, a lot of people get knocked down. We were talking about the other day, you know, how blessed I am to have, you know, people that push me. Like I said, even my mom here, you know, she'd run in the room in the morning, count my days for me, and start clapping. You know, she does this completely in reverse, and at the same time, you know, I love it and it amazes me. You know, and it reminds me of just the guilt and everything, you know, that makes me hurt because, you know, that they know what I'm capable of. You know, they know I'm a good person. They see me strive, and I'm tired of feeling broken. You know, I'm tired of hurting every day. And I want to, you know, I've heard a lot of people in the long run. I just want to be able to make them proud, look back and show that, you know, it wasn't all in vain, that it's going to work. And I'm really happy to have this place and all the positive attitudes. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. But I got a lot of people that invested in me and that really care. And I really, you know, as much as I want to help myself, I want to, you know, show them that it wasn't all worthless, that I am capable of being an active member of society and getting my life back.
You already are, dude. Jody and then Charles, go ahead.
Okay, so when that gentleman over there was sharing about people who were here when he came, I was sitting here thinking, and I was looking around the room, and I'm like, so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 faces that are super familiar to me. Well, 10 because Grandma's back there. But it's just amazing to me because 1, 2, 3 of those people and my dad are still like super active in my recovery today. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like no mistake that I was introduced to this program and I was introduced to these people because obviously we are still connected on, I mean, like on a daily basis in my recovery. And, you know, like when I come to this meeting, I try to put myself not in the addict's shoes. I don't try to relate with people who are like me. I try to relate with the other side of the fence. And that's why I come to this meeting. And I sit here sometimes and I think like, you know, like I tortured myself. You know what I mean? Those were choices that I made and but I can't imagine how it feels for family, especially my dad, like to not know where I'm at night when he goes to sleep. You know, I can't imagine what it was like for my dad a few months ago to get the call from the hospital, like not knowing if I was gonna make it or not. You know, or, you know, to know that we had to bury Rob. I mean, I can't like imagine what that's like for family members. You know, and I'm blessed to have my dad, and I'm blessed that he's educated himself on my disease. You know, and he doesn't hold it against me. He doesn't enable me, but he doesn't hold the fact that I'm an addict against me, and he gets it. You know, and I guess all I want to say is to like family members, like, you know, don't hold our disease against us. You know what I mean? Like, we're not, how do I want to say it? We're not bad people, we just make bad choices. You know, and we have a sickness, and the sad reality of our diseases is that sometimes some of us aren't going to make it, you know, but I guess just hold on, you know, pray for your family members and support them in a healthy manner for you, what's healthy for you, you know, because two sick people can't get well together. You know, so thank God my dad has figured out how to stay healthy through our relationship, because if not, you know what I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here together today. So, I don't know, that's all I got.
A lot of people don't know this. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. Stefan was at the first ever Racing for Recovery meeting. Like the first ever one we had. Not the first one in this building, the first ever one. And if you stick around here long enough or read our second book, one of the three words we utilize in here are empathy, humility, and gratitude. And Jody, what you're talking about is having empathy for the families. That's half of what our mission is. It's for everybody who's been coming in here, but when you're on the addiction side, you listen to the family members, it gives you a whole other perspective of what we've been choosing. I respectfully don't think this is a disease. We're making a choice. So think of that. When you're choosing to drink, you're not only hurting you, you're devastating people that actually care about you until you can care about yourself. Charles, you're up, brother.
Thank you. You know, after the introduction of doing that, I go into what I call sponge mode, where I listen to what people are saying, why they're here, and just some particular things. Like some say that because my back is against the wall, I'm court ordered, I've got to do this now for a period of time. Just as a suggestion, you know, to look beyond that, what got you here, and emphasize on why you are here right now, and the benefits of being here. Also know, sometimes the ones we love are just not ready, and we tear ourselves a new butthole concerned about them. You know, and that's human nature, because all of us have a margin of love in us for another individual. That just comes with being human. You know, that keeps us from the lower form of animals to be able to feel those things. And coming to a place such as this where you can have a moment to listen to other people, to see where they are, what they're doing, and find the similarities in the lives of those that are supporting people, those that, you know, want the support, and then just clear it out on those that are just not quite ready. But you yourself, you gotta come and get what you need. By the grace of God, and I've been around this thing a little over 30 years, and it's been not maintenance free. I still have to show up in some places like this. I still have to hear some of what's going on with everybody right now, because I'll say this not casually. Only by the grace of God, they're going to meet. I know for a fact, if I decide to just throw both hands and say, oh well, I'll find myself in a well. And the wells are deep and they're cold. Don't want that. Don't want that at all. So, again though, if you've been somewhere, or you are somewhere, you've heard someone here speak about it, before we break out the door, say, hey look, I did this, I'm doing this. Kind of be afraid to exchange numbers. I don't think there's those Charles Mansons, no helter-skelter going on up in here. So, on that note, just trust somebody a little bit. Just a little bit. I've had people call me from this group. I don't have the day or night. I may be on the other side of the country, but I'm going to answer my phone because this is a serious thing. God allowed us to assemble here because all of us are not damned. You know, it's just not like that. We stand a chance because we have a place in here to do something when we get out there. I try to say something if I come to a meeting, but then, you know, sometimes I should, because, you know, I was openly given this, and I've got to openly give it back. You know, you can't put a dollar figure on it. It's just not going forward. So, again, though, trust somebody before we get out. Hey, you know, I'm accessible. Make yourself accessible to somebody else. That's the true love in recovery. Thanks for letting me share.
Quentin, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about what fear, I guess. I lost my train of thought. He distracted me a little bit.
Sorry.
Call on somebody else.
Let's wrap up with this. Keep it positive. Somehow I'm going to talk about that. Think of it. When I think of the word choice, I think of empowerment. So many times in other ways of looking at recovery, we're constantly talking about I'm powerless, and man, it just, to me, I'm not speaking for everybody else, I just think, man, that just shows like I can't. And in here, man, it's like you get an opportunity every day to make a cognizant choice to empower yourself to not use drugs. Bam! That's with some gumption. It's not, I'm powerless, I can't. It's like, God, man, you know. If you choose to put whatever crap you want to put in your system, yeah, then you're done and you're off and running and all that stuff. But when you go to bed with a clear mind, knowing you didn't use, and you wake up the next day, right off the bat, it's like, man, I got an opportunity to do it again today. That's empowerment. That's what I want. You know, I've got it, no offense, Joey, sorry. I've got a disease and I'm powerless. In my opinion, turn the light switch on. There's a whole other side of looking at that. That's called choice and empowerment. That feels good. I made a choice to not use drugs today. That sounds good. I'm powerless and I have this thing. That just, I know why we think that way, but you don't have to continue to look at it that way. Whether you think it's a disease or not a disease is irrelevant. What are you doing with your disease? Turn it into power. You got a disease, fine. You got a disease. What are you doing with it? Besides constantly relapsing. If you want to even entertain that for a while. But I prefer to look at it as, man, I got a choice every day. What am I going to do? What am I going to do that's productive for me that then I'm going to get the support, love, compassion, empathy, understanding that maybe I didn't feel, that now I'm starting to be grateful enough to have other people invest in me for that? Hell yeah, I want that in sobriety. Just if you're not feeling what I'm saying, again, keep coming around and doing some of this stuff because it feels a lot better to talk like this than it does of, I had a slip again. You know, it's 90 degrees outside. You didn't slip on any ice. You didn't. You're making a cognizant choice to do it again, which means I probably need some psychological help on some traumas I went through that I can't heal properly, that I think I only deserve drugs. You don't. You deserve a life. So go out there and get it. What is our closing poem? Jake? You're on it. Yeah, sorry.
Autobiography in 5 Short Chapters by Portia Nelson. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everybody.